Welcome to the good side of YouTube. If you ended up on this side of YouTube, that's a good thing. Now let's take that step forward. My name is Marshawn Robinson. I am a communications major at the University of Ripon College. I'm also a basketball player, and I am also what I like to call an enthusiast. Right, an enthusiast is somebody who juices every moment out of every second. Right, and I use my experiences, real world experiences, to come over here on this side of YouTube and help you out. I have a podcast. It's called the Marshawn Robinson Podcast. You can check it out on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and it's also on YouTube. Right, so make sure you guys go check that out, and let's talk about rosters. For those of you who don't know what a roster is, right, and I'm talking about in the dating world, a roster is what I would like to call when you have a lineup, right? It's just like basketball, right? You got your starting five and you got your bench players, right? And, this life has given us access to so many people that we can pick and choose who we want at the top and who we want at the bottom, right? And I'm here to talk about how I don't think rosters is a good thing to have, right? Because I believe it sabotages, the true purpose or the true meaning of what a relationship romantically is supposed to be. Right. And I was talking to somebody and they was talking about how, the reason that they have a roster is because they don't want to settle. Right. And I'm one to understand that because I don't like to settle at all. Right. But what I combated and talked and asked them, I'm like, well, if you having all of these people that you talking to on a day-to-day basis and trying to, give them bits of you on this part, give them bits of you on that. And you never really given your full self to a person. Right. And you're expecting this person to make you feel whole and then just drop all of those other people and then just continue on with that. I just don't believe that's a productive way to go about things. In Africa, they have this thing of they call it graduating, right? You can have multiple wives over there, right? They have polygamy, right? It's certain parts of Africa. It's only like the old countries. And what they do is, in order for you to graduate to the next woman, you got to make sure she has the house, make sure she has everything paid, right, and allow her to just be a wife, right? Now, over here in America, you can have plenty of females and they not even know about each other. And so my question is, would you rather all the females know the timing that you on, or would you rather the females not know the timing that you on, right, and be with them and make them seem like you're the only person they talking to? You see how this gets confusing? Because now you put that thought in the other person's head, like, oh yeah, this is the only person that I'm talking to. I feel like we on both same page, but then you wonder why some nights, they're not texting back, or some nights they text back late at night. And you see how this is not productive, right? This is actually combative to their experiences and not yours, right? If you're the person on the other side that is on their roster without knowing, right? It's just like, wow, you made all this progress with a person and you got your feelings played with. And this is why I believe if you do have a roster, just tell the person open-heartedly. We're at this day and the age where it's not even a problem anymore. Like, if you have a roster, I believe people actually is going to be like, you know what? I appreciate you telling me that, because now I know how to move forward. I know how to communicate with you. I want you to try this. The next time you talk to somebody and you in a relationship, I want you to be as open and honest as you possibly can. As you possibly can. Because what this does is put both of you on the same page, and not only on the same page, but actually opens up the amount of potential the relationship has. But it all starts with you. It all starts with that self-work. When you've done that inner work, you understand that energy is precious. Energy does not need to be expended to multiple people at multiple times, because you understand that that energy doesn't work that way, right? This earth doesn't work that way, right? The human brain works best when it focuses on one thing, when it has the ability to work in and day out at this one thing. It grows it. Right? If I'm working on multiple yards at a time, like if I'm a farmer, progression is going to be slow. I'm going to eventually get there, but that is where burnout occurs. We can compare this to the same thing as a human relationship, especially humans, because we're so dynamic and so emotional, right? We think because one missed call or like a person ain't text back in a certain amount of hours, we think it's the end of the world. It's not. Be patient. When you've done your inner work, you start to think like this, and you understand that a person has another life too, right? A lot of folks don't have a perspective of a healthy relationship nowadays. Most of the time they looking at the internet, right? They look at stuff like Love Island. They look at stuff like baddies and all this. That's not real. That is for entertainment purposes, right? And that's what I like to call the entertainment side of YouTube. This is the good side of YouTube. This is where we talk about the real conversations. We talk about what's really going on. And once you understand that that's not how a relationship is supposed to function, you start to move accordingly. You move like a married man. You move like a married woman. You move like a person with purpose, right? A person with peace, right? That was the last conversation we had. We talked about peace. And now you've given yourself an edge over everybody around you, right? The people who don't think right with the marriage mindset. No matter how young you are, this is an advantage that you can have. Doesn't mean that every person you talk to has to be in a married mindset. Sometimes this can be in a friendly mindset, a business right mindset, but a marriage has the values and intricacies that a regular relationship has as well, right? It's just communication, right? It's trust, it's patience, right? You don't build a marriage off of a 2-month talking stage. You build it off of months and days and connecting with each other. This is the same way that business works in the outside world. It takes time to trust a person, and it only takes one person for you to be happy. You don't need multiple people. You don't. You trying to try all of these new things because you don't feel whole. Well, guess what? You got to do your inner work. What is inner work? This is simple. These are things as meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be a form of sitting down in silence. Meditation can be you enjoying one thing. Meditation, the definition of meditation is just about focusing on one thing. So do you think you meditating when you're talking to multiple people? No, this is chaos. This is chaos. This is not the way of life that you should be living. I believe the relationships that you have with other people is a relationship you have with yourself. If you have multiple people that you're talking to, you have a multiple chaotic life. Focus on one person, bro. Stop trying to try all of these new things and stay up to date with the whole social media life and be that stuff is not real. And yes, people call it you only live life once. Man, forget all of that. Forget all of that. That's not real, bro. Yes, you live life one time, but guess what, bro? 5 years ago, you was probably like 15. Now you 20. You see how fast this goes. Pretty soon you're going to be 55. You see how fast this goes. You're going to be looking back like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have did that. Regrets. We don't want to have those. You trying to try new things. You want to be like the next person. You want to be like your friends. You trying to fit in, right, with other people. You see, I'm getting a little emotional right now because I see it around me. I see family members. I see friends. I see foes. They always chasing a female when they don't ever chase their peace. Why you don't chase your peace when you know that trying to make another person peaceful isn't combative and isn't working for you? Another person does not want your peace, bro. A person that's been working on themselves do not want your love. This is the hard truth. You trying so hard to make a person like convince them like you an ad or a marketer or a salesman. Like don't sell your life to a person, right? Be the person that people want to buy, right? Be the person that people want to be like, man, I got to be around him. Have that aura, have that infectious energy that people need to be around. And the only way to get that is to do your work, bro. Stop trying to try all this new stuff. You got to look yourself in that mirror and say, it's time, bro. It's time to go on this side of YouTube. It's time to go on this side of social media. It's time to get off that side. It's time to stop scrolling, right? This scrolling is frying our brains, bro. You wonder why you got a short attention span when you can't even have a simple conversation with somebody. It starts with that inner work. It starts with what you do on your own time. Every moment that you wake up, from the day that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep, it matters, bro. It matters. It matters. And the question is, do you matter? You have to ask yourself, how much am I worth? What is my value? Right? If you looked at yourself in this mirror and you went over for the whole entire year, guess what? It's a whole new year. What has your progression been? Have you made a different impact that you did last year? Or are you doing the same things that you did the year before? These are things and questions you have to ask yourself so you can understand whether or not you're making progression. You have to treat yourself like a baby. Don't treat yourself like an adult. You move, obviously, in a conscious manner, but this person, this child, the entity that you live in the body that you live in, and yes, it grows, but deep down inside, you still that child that mama raised. You still that person that dad helped. You still that baby that grandma always walked around, hey, handsome, hey, beautiful. And you got to treat yourself as so, bro. Don't beat yourself up by the smallest things. I feel like now in 2025, I feel like we just make ourselves just so stretched out, right? So stretched out instead of focusing on one thing. Throw this whole rosters concept out of it, bro. Just stop it. Throw it out. Because how is it helping you? If you was making money from it, okay, I understand. But guess what? If you making money from a whole roster, then you must got a business connection type of roster, not a sexual, right, type of roster. Because that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to mix up all of these energies, sex or not. You giving somebody your energy. You're making a connection with them. The human brain works like that. The more that we do things, the more hardwired we become to a person. And we wonder why we're upset at night. We wonder why they're always on our mind, right? This is the psychology behind it. And you wonder why you don't know how to move forward. You haven't done your inner work. You notice the difference between somebody who's grown up in a good, stable home and someone who has not. They have this attachment to just chaos. You would think like, man, since they had a rough upbringing, it would be the other way around. No, they want chaos in their life. They're addicted to this stuff. And you have to ask those questions to this person so that you can know how to move forward. I don't go off of first impressions. First impressions is cool, but consistent meetings is what I look at more. How are you on a day-to-day basis? Do you truly use your words, right, in a manner that is productive, right? If you want to be the best version of yourself, you got to drop everything that's negative. You have to. I don't care how addicted you are to these things, how good they make you feel. You have to drop it all. Whatever it is, drugs, alcohol, sex, addictions, anything. You have to drop it. You do. Because if you don't, you dropping yourself on a day-to-day basis. You dropping yourself. You putting yourself deeper in the hole. Deeper in the hole, deeper in the hole. And then you go try to get out of that hole and you know you're going to climb up. You like, man, I got to try one more time. And you right back down to where you started. Disappear for 6 months, 8 months, 10, whatever you need to do. You got to do your inner work. These people out here are not helping you. They're not making your life better. It's not working. And sometimes you have to hear these things so that you can get right back on track and focus on what you love, that passion, these 20s, your 30s. These are the times that we grinding and working so that we get to about 35. It's time to chillax, relax. And it's just you and your baby girl, bro. Life is supposed to be that simple, but we make it so complicated. There is nothing that this life has given us that we can't handle. Whether you're in America or in a whole different country, it don't matter, bro. It don't. We all have the same responsibilities, the same things, America or not. I know it's a war going on right now. I understand that. But the thing is, this war started because people don't know how to control their emotions. It's always, oh, well, they did this, so now I got to react. Emotions have to be controlled. They have to be contained. And the only way that you are able to do this is if you do your inner work. You don't have to always walk around like you the macho man, the biggest dog in the room, Because usually the biggest dog, they got the biggest target on their back. And the ones that's smart, the ones who understand that they have to be patient, they going to rise above them. And they going to do it in silence. And people going to wonder like, dang, how bro get up there? Because he took the easy path, bro. You taking the hard path. The hard path is the one where you got to fake it till you make it. You got to act like somebody you're not. Who are you? Ask yourself this. Have you done your inner work? Ask yourself this. Do you have some type of value, some belief system? Ask yourself this. Whether you believe in God or not, some structure has to be in your life. It can't be all about waking up, scrolling on TikTok, bro. It can't be all about waking up, eating food, eating hot chips, bad food. It can't be all about just chilling the rest of the day, bro. It can't be all about working a 9 to 5 every single day, bro. It can't be all about trying to have sex all the time, bro. It can't be all about trying to be the best person in the room, bro. It can't be all about you. You gotta lock in. You have to. I've been telling you this time and time again, but you continue to do the opposite thing. You continue to try to be the best person in the room when you haven't done your inner work. Ask yourself this. How great do I want to be? Who do I want to inspire? What impact do I want to leave? And then you will know how to move. This is Marshawn Unfiltered. My name is Marshawn Robinson. I am a communications major at the University of Ripon College. I'm also a basketball player, and I'm an enthusiast. I'm somebody who juices every moment out of every single moment in life. And I'll come back and give you guys this advice, right? If you guys want to check out more of me, I have a podcast called the Marshawn Robinson Podcast. It's in the link in the description. If you got inspired or want to inspire somebody else, make sure you send this video through. And I want you to tell them it's time to lock in. We out. Y'all have a beautiful day. Deuces.